Whew, all right, how's it going, Bronte? How's your mental state? You got a baby with you.
Got CJ here with us.
As some can see, there is a baby there. She's smuggling a child.
Starting it right now?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Okay.
We're recording. No reason to wait.
Yeah.
When you got a baby that could do anything at any moment.
True. I'm trying to flip this thing back.
I'm gonna move your Stanley Cup because it's blocking the line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Stanley Cup. They are the unofficial sponsor of my life because.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about my Stanley Cup situation. I'm doing good. You know, tired, and this newborn life is a wild ride that we're on right now. But
I don't do anything. It's all you.
no, that's not true.
I just hang out.
That's not true at all. We actually, when was the last time we podcasted?
I mean,
think, like,
he's
right
what,
after he was
5.5 weeks old now.
Yeah.
So it was like week 1.
Did we when you
It was
like
like
a
one
week
and
or
a
two?
half. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm exclusively pumping, so we've been giving him bottles, so Cooper's been very helpful in the night, giving him bottles while I pump, but then, like, during the day, I'm mainly with him when you're working and stuff, but...
Yeah, I try to take a few hours away from him every day so Bronte can spend time kind of getting acclimated to being solo with him a little bit better, which is a tough thing to multitask and do.
Yeah, it's really hard. That's something I wrote down to, like, talk about, like, figuring out a routine with a baby is tough.
What do you think, CJ?
Sorry if you can hear his little noises.
Eh.
He's giving us 2 cents.
Yeah.
What do you think about our routine? We're working on it, right?
Yeah, we're trying.
We're trying.
Because you can't really have a routine because he also changes.
Yeah.
Like he sleeps a little bit more, he's awake a little bit more, like he
Yeah.
changes week by week.
Yeah.
So it's tough to really have a routine. New parents probably understand that.
Yeah.
And also with me helping her feed, you know, like I feed throughout the night too, which is interesting. I'm sure a lot of dads in my position haven't fed their kids as much as me, which is a cool thing that me and him have gotten to do.
A lot of women breastfeed, but
yeah, that's what I mean. That's the point.
People who do pump or they do formula, like I think the dads help.
Yeah,
you know?
but I don't know if that's as common.
I don't know. I don't know the statistics of like how many people breastfeed and how many
Bottle
people
feed
like
this
bottle
young.
feed. Yeah, I don't know. It might not be like as far off as you think.
Yeah, I was thinking like 70% of people just breastfeed
Yeah.
at this stage.
I don't know. It might not be that far.
Maybe not. I just imagine there's a lot of dads out there that haven't fed their child. Pick him up. Hold your child. Talk to him. Say his name to him.
Yeah, but that's been really helpful, honestly. The first one of the nights we tried, like me, it was like I slept for longer one stretch, and then you slept for longer, and the stretch where you slept longer and then I fed him and pumped, I was like, I can't do that. Like it took me like an hour, and then by the time he got down, it was like you were up for an hour and a half. Like with the both of us doing it, we get it done in like 30 minutes, and then we both get back to bed.
Yeah, and the problem was I tried to pump and I didn't get anything. So it was very inefficient for me to show up and try to pump and feed him because I was only half there.
Yeah, you can't. You're not really equipped for that.
Apparently not.
No, you're not.
I believed in myself though. I thought that was half the problem.
You gave it the effort.
I gave it an honest try. Had that thing on my nipples latched.
I do want to put it on your nipples and see what you think. I should have brought my mom. We should have done it live on the podcast.
That would have gotten the people
Wait,
to
guys,
tune in.
comment down below. We should do that live. Oh, and also we should do you trying my breast milk live on the podcast.
Goodness, people are going to be in there jerking it. They're going to see my nipples come out and they're going to be like, oh man, this is what I've been waiting for.
On YouTube?
I mean, they're going to be like, they're going to break out their beef jerky, of course. As one does. As one does when I sit down to watch a very sexual podcast, I break out my beef jerky. Maybe it'll be a short video for Rumble, it sounds like.
Oh my god.
I can see the title now.
What?
Man tries to pump breast milk.
I scared him. Man tries to pump breast milk. Oh god.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
if anything comes out, I'm signing up for the woman class at Streetcar Takeover.
Oh my god.
They do woman and wheels, and I'm signing up. But
I'm snacking too.
you've
sorry.
been doing a great job at mom life. It's
Aw.
yeah, you've
you.
crushed it thus far. He's still, kicking. He started out at like 7 pounds 11 ounces, and now he's like 11 pounds like 2 ounces or something today.
Yeah, we were feeding him like I think like 2.5, 3 ounces like the first 2-3 weeks of life, and then quickly he was needing more.
Yep.
And we've been feeding him like 4 ounces since he was probably like 3 weeks old.
Yeah, my parents have
past
been
2
around,
weeks.
and they're bad influences. They're like, just keep feeding him. Just an ounce every
He's
5
hungry.
minutes. I'm like, I guess you could just constantly feed him.
Yeah.
And they have been bad influences on that just a little bit, but it is good that he's growing so quickly.
But some days I feel like I'm crushing it, and other days I feel frantic and all over the place. But I think that's just part of this process. I think you guys who are parents probably understand. Like, I mean, we get up at like around 8:30 every morning, and then by the time we do, like, we're trying to get on a routine we were talking about, and by the time like we get him up, we get him fed, we both do our morning thing.
Yep.
Then like he needs to be entertained a little bit. Then he needs to go down for a nap. Then Cooper cooks breakfast. By the time we're done with all that, it's like noon, literally every single day, and that's been tough. I'm like, how do we speed things up? Because I want to be more productive before noon. But I mean, we are being productive, like taking care of him. It's like a mental thing with this whole new journey of being parents. And
But also from
taking care
like
of a
the
newborn.
hours of 10 o'clock at night to like 8 a.m., we're up like 4 or 5 hours of that stretch just dealing with him.
probably
Maybe like 3 or 4.
maybe like 3 hours, yeah.
Yeah, but it adds up. Like, 10
Yeah.
minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Yeah.
You lay back down. It takes a little bit to
Fall back asleep.
fall back asleep. Yeah. And then, like, we have the fight where he wakes up a little bit. And I'm like, you do it. It's your turn. And there's no turns. We do it together. But I still try to gaslight her into it's your turn.
Yeah.
This one's your turn.
No, but I sometimes am up a little bit longer because he sleeps on my side, and a lot of times like he we put him down in the bassinet, but then it takes him a little while to fall asleep, like he spits the pacifier out, starts whining and fussing, so I got to put it in and like shake the bassinet. I'm doing that whole routine while you're over there just passed back asleep.
Yeah, I can fall back asleep pretty well. I'm pretty quick at it.
Yeah.
I lay down. I do the military has a technique. It's from like the Marines that I do where you can you start at the top and you're supposed to like relax your whole body down and breathe out and think, like clear your mind, and you can just kind of like
Fall asleep.
it's like a 2-minute fall asleep technique that I use, and it works.
Wait,
sometimes.
do you actually?
I try it whenever I'm like struggling to fall asleep. I do that technique, and it's like a 3-step process, and it works pretty well.
That sounds like it does.
Yeah, like it's interesting because you're supposed to you lay down and you have to think about you relax from your eyebrows down, and you realize your face is like tight, and then you relax your shoulders, and then you relax like your chest and legs. And,
if you really focus on that, it's crazy how you'll realize how tense you are sometimes. Like they said that about birth, like a birth course that I took, they were like, relax your jaw because it relaxes everything else.
Well, I'm
too.
tense always. I'm
Yeah. It's not good.
Pissed off,
We're gonna be-
grinding my teeth,
We're going to be hunched over when we're older because we're so
all tense,
yeah.
angry at the world.
Yeah.
It's my angst, my teen angst to be angry at the world.
Yeah.
Mostly just the government. Especially with taxes coming up.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's fun being business owners when tax season
Yeah, having
comes
your
around.
own business.
Yeah, and the government kicks you upside the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's always exciting. But yeah, that helps. Maybe you'll try it one day. It's actually hard to clear your mind. Maybe it's maybe me particularly because I think I have
you
ADHD.
have a lot. No, you just have a lot of things. Your brain is able to process and keep so many things in your brain, I could see how it could be hard to turn off. Like, you just know so many things.
It is hard to turn off. And especially because, like, usually when I wake up in the middle of the night, too, and, like, I'm feeding him, I'll get on Twitter. And, like, Twitter always gets me fired up. So, like,
2 a.m. Twitter stuff.
oh, man. You know, you just get
X, you mean
fired
X.
up on X. Yeah. Uh-huh. And then you just start, you know, firing off tweets at people. And everything I post on Twitter is, like, controversial. Or on X, because it's the most fun platform to be
That's what you're...
confrontational.
If you want to know what Cooper's thinking about it in the middle of the night, go look at his ex.
Yeah, there's 1,500 followers on there, and I engage with every single one of them aggressively. I will tell you my opinion wholeheartedly.
Cooper loves doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready at any point.
Yeah.
But what else has been going on with him? So
Yeah,
he's just
anything, other
growing,
updates?
living life, peeing on me. The other day he peed like right at me and I like dodged it and it went on the ground next to me. I was like, oh man, thank goodness.
The amount of times the pee has gone like behind the dresser and we're just like, there's just probably a puddle of pee on the floor
Behind that
now.
dresser's got to be. The paint's
Wrecked.
probably coming off the wall.
For sure.
And then there's that
And the
mirror over him that he's like grabbing now. And I'm like, you're going to rip this mirror off
I
the
know,
wall.
yeah, we probably need to take that down.
But he kind of likes it.
It's so funny when we put him down to change him and he startles and he's like waving his hands all around and like kicking and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, you need like a clear space or...
Well, he does still have a pretty serious startle reflex.
Yeah.
Like-
It's gotten better, but still sometimes he's like, "Ugh."
When he was first born, like, it was constant.
Yeah,
Everything
all
was
the time.
startle reflex, like going. And Bronte was all worried about it. She kept asking all the doctors and stuff. And then, like, a week or two later, he kind of calmed down.
Yeah, well, that I didn't realize that newborn babies, like, they startle, but then they, like, shake. And I didn't know that. Like, I had always heard of the startle reflex, but, like, that shakiness. Literally every nurse in the hospital, I was like, is this normal? Is he okay? Then we go to the pediatrician. I was like, he has this shaky thing. Is he okay? And they were all like, yes, it's normal. Like, it's his nervous system figuring out or whatever.
Well,
And
I
now he's
startle
fine.
too.
But he doesn't shake anymore like he used to. But
Yeah.
newborns have that startle reflex.
Like, I startle too in
Yeah.
the middle of the night. Like, if you wake me up from a sleep, I always startle.
I forget if we talked about this
I
one.
think we did.
When like when I woke up and I woke you up and you like grabbed me and you thought like we
Yeah,
were
the baby
falling.
was falling. Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned that, but I like woke up and I think I like tapped Cooper and he literally grabbed me like hard and was like and like thought and you said something like you were like, you guys falling or something, like you thought I fell asleep with him and we were falling.
Well, it's scary in the middle of the night. Like, you're feeding him and you're kind of like, you know, it's 2 a.m., you're tired.
Yeah.
And like, I worry about like falling asleep
Yeah.
while I'm holding him, feeding him, because that's like a real possibility. I'm sure plenty of parents have done that. Like,
I'm sure.
you know, obviously he'd probably start crying or something, but
Yeah.
like, it could still be pretty quick where he goes down. And then there's dogs, of course, which
Yeah.
are being a pain in the butt at all times. It's been extra cold.
Yeah.
So we've been fighting that. It was what, 37 degrees the other night?
Yeah, it was really. We woke up. It was like 44 degrees.
Yeah. I
so
know plenty of you guys are in the negatives. And guess what? If you're going to comment, I don't care.
We're cold here in Florida.
I'm cold. I don't
We are
turn on
not
my
okay
heat.
here.
We don't turn on our heat like you guys.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying to avoid that bill of turning on my heat. So, you know, don't mess with my struggle.
Don't come for us.
Yeah.
Well, I need to write down.
There's
what
somebody out there
temperatures.
right now saying it's -7 in central Ohio where I'm at. Shut up. Don't even comment it. It's not worth
You
telling
live
me.
there.
I
It was
mean,
your choice to live.
we need somebody to live there. We can't all live in Florida.
Yeah.
So that's not an invitation. I'm not telling you, hey, come on down here. Guess what? We have gators, and you'll have to fight them every single day if you live down here. Every single day of my life, I walk out the front door and I have to fight off a gator.
Yep. It's true.
Realistically, we lost a chicken the other day. It could have been a gator. Unlikely, but it could have been.
Lost another chicken.
Yeah. It's not Alfredo. It was one of the unnamed ones.
Wait. I'm just coming to this realization. Was Alfredo a part of the
OG.
first 4 that we got?
Yep.
Was he?
Yeah. And I think, honestly, Alfredo's the one I always kind of thought had autism or like a little bit on the spectrum. He looks at you like not everything's going on.
No,
like
he's probably
he looks at you like
there's
nothing in his brain going on.
Yeah, because
Like,
he's a chicken.
He's got something going. And like sometimes I'll walk out there and he'll like run up to me and just like jump on my shoulder, but like not realizing even anything. It just like some of our other chickens you could tell were smarter.
He's definitely a genius because every time one of our chickens have gotten eaten, he's the standing survivor.
I think it's just dumb luck. I think it's just complete dumb luck.
I think he's a genius.
I don't know. But he's still living life. Mm-hmm. Like he watched hundreds. He probably set it up. He's probably the mastermind behind getting these chickens eat. Like, it's one of those deals where you don't have to be you just have to be faster than the other chickens.
Well, he can fly pretty good, too.
He does fly pretty good.
He's gotten up in one of, like, our big trees before.
Yeah, he'll go up on the roof. He was on the other side of the fence the other day. Like, he's pretty crafty. He's just not very smart.
No, I think he's smart. I think the opposite. I think he's smart. I think he's a genius, and that's how he's lasted so long.
Rotini was smart.
Oh,
Rotini was pretty smart, but Alfredo, I'm not calling him dumb. I just think he's somewhere on the spectrum that puts him in this perfect situation to like he kind of just like gets away somehow, but it's not like he doesn't know what's going on. He just happens to get away type of thing. Like, it's just dumb luck.
I don't know about that.
I
disagree.
I'm trying to think of the comparison from like a TV show where like the guy's just walking and like things are like collapsing behind him and like all kinds of like chaos behind him, and he's just kind of like walking. I think it's from like Mr. Bean or something, where like everything's like collapsing around him and he's just like reading the newspaper, like trying to find his directions. And like he doesn't get like killed by all this stuff that's happening. I
can kind of see that.
But he just like I guess that works.
I can kind of see that. But we had 3 Alfredo and then 2 other chickens that we never ended up naming. But like 2 weeks ago, one of them got caught.
Well, there was 3, then there was 2, now there's 1, so it's Alfredo and 1 other no-name chicken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we had 3 of the...
Yeah.
3 chickens, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's not looking good. Hopefully 2 of them hang on until, Tractor Supply has chickens again, because I'm definitely going to get more, but if there's just 1, is going to be very sad.
I know.
Like, if
we can't have Alfredo be alone. We're going to have to go to the auction and, like, try and get some chickens or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's more of a bird. Like, he just kind of flies around.
Yeah, but he lays eggs.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they are weird about, like, sometimes they lay eggs, sometimes they don't. It's weird.
Whatever gets them always gets our best layers.
Yeah.
I'm almost 90% sure it's some kind of cat, like a big jungle cat.
A bobcat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A jungle cat.
Yes.
Like a cheetah? No.
Yeah. Like one of them Black Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him.
No, it's like a bobcat.
Run in here, yell some chant, and grab it and run out. Grab one of my white chickens.
You were feeding CJ and we were up and then you heard something and then I saw like it was Alfredo go flying in the air and I was like, oh my God. And you handed me CJ and went running out there and there was a pile of feathers.
It is amazing. Like one of them flew onto the roof. The other one got over the other side of the fence. And the one that got on the roof, like if you can get on the roof, you can get away from the bobcat. Why didn't both of you do this?
They're just not quick enough.
That bobcat just sneaks up on them. I get it. Like, he's pretty sneaky. I saw him once, and he can get over our fence. It's a chain link fence. It's probably like 4 feet high, whatever chain link fences are. And he gets right over it and then gets over back with a chicken that's probably about 3 pounds.
This bobcat definitely knows that we have chickens and, like,
I know.
comes every once in a while.
And I keep trying to tell him about a neighbor up the street that has chickens to leave us alone.
Go get the other neighbor.
Yeah. How's he doing over there?
He's good. I just need to adjust.
His bald spot on the back of his head's getting pretty serious.
He's just schlepping.
Yeah.
I was kind of giggling before when you were saying the story because I'm looking at you and I'm looking at your hair.
Do I look like a chicken?
You look like Jimmy Neutron. It's like coming up in the middle, Go give him a close up of your hair. That's a thumbnail. What is going on? He's boycotting me to cut it.
I heard somebody talking the other day. It was one of these alpha male type of guys where they're like,
Okay.
listen, you gotta grow your hair and beard out. It makes you ungovernable. You gotta be like a caveman.
God.
You gotta look like a caveman, like a prehistoric human. And I'm like, you got it, man. I'm in.
That was all you
It
needed
wrote
to
me
hear.
in. Yeah.
that was
It
all you
obviously
needed to
wasn't
hear.
Andrew Tate because he's bald like a bowling ball, or Joe Rogan. You know, those guys look stupid.
Yeah, where'd you hear this? Who was talking about this?
It was on social media, and he just made a good point. You know,
So Cooper's easily influenced.
to grow my hair out, to flex on these baldies, for sure. All my friends
Oh,
that are
because your
like,
dad's been around a lot. Every time he comes over, you're like, hey.
all my friends that are like trying to like do this to their hair to where it's like hiding the bald spots or like the peaks of like lack of hair. I try to flex
This
on
is
them.
gonna bite you and like clip this, and then someday Cooper's gonna be bald. Imagine.
But I said I would go bald with grace. A lot of these people are going bald like in the worst way possible.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like a lot of times things on your face, like your hair, your face, like that's like helps your confidence. Like I think a lot,
They're married. What do they need to be
Like,
confident
you
about?
know, it could make someone feel insecure if they were going bald, you know?
They're grown men. They need to relax.
Okay. Well, you need to relax and cut your hair.
I
Because
like
you
it.
look ridiculous.
I kind of like looking ridiculous because people people
you're gonna
like
go
think
to
I'm
sick week
crazy.
next week like that?
Yeah.
No, we're
No,
cutting
but
it
I'll clean it
before.
up. Like I'll
No.
rinse it off. I'll do
cutting
like
it
a little
before.
part to the side and stuff.
I can take a photo of you.
She hates it. And that's part of the fun. Is the fact that you hate it. If you got
literally
it,
look like
grow it
Jimmy
out.
Neutron.
No,
you
this
have
is
to
like
cut
this
it.
is natural that it went to this like mohawk. I don't understand that. But also, if people didn't know, Bronte cuts my hair normally.
Yeah.
And towards the end, when she was pregnant, she couldn't really cut my hair because she had this bump
And I couldn't stand
couldn't get
it.
close
My
enough.
body hurt.
to cut it. But then, some people message me. They're like, you need to get like a fade or something stupid.
Yeah, no.
I hate that. I hate when people are worried about other men's hair. Even though I just made a bunch of jokes on other men's hair.
I'm worried about your hair.
You're a woman. Men shouldn't be worried about how another man dresses or what his hair is, like if it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how
No,
I feel.
like we need to. I'm cutting it tonight.
Do you think if I get a pick, I could like make it like some of those cool guys
We
I
should
see on
do
the
some
internet?
like funny hairstyles with it and then cut it.
Yeah, well, remember last time my funny hairstyle
It was
had
half your head.
yeah, well, I got attacked on this internet.
Yeah, everyone. I'm gonna start telling everyone.
No, well, on Facebook I shaved half of it.
Yeah,
and then I posted and I said I look like a they them barista, and it found like a different segment of Facebook, and like
You
all
reached
of
the
these
wrong people.
all of these they them baristas started commenting and saying, at least I can grow a beard. That's what they kept saying. They were like, you're a woman. What do you mean at least I can grow a beard? It reached like this segment of people.
Oh my god, you're stressing me out with this.
It was hilarious. I got to see if I can find it because it had like thousands of comments, hundreds of shares, and like it wasn't my normal following that saw it, and they were pissed. Turns out it's not difficult to get them angry.
You get.
It's not difficult to get them angry. And like
You just like literally fire people up. Like I don't understand.
today on X, I posted.
And like communities that have nothing to do with you, like the motorcycle community,
Yeah, I got that
the
written down.
barista, like
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. The other day I got a couple good ones. Today I actually
wait.
posted.
I'm laughing though because like, it's all in fun. Like, Cooper is not, like, a mean person and trying to, like, be, like, mean. Like, it's all in fun. That's why I'm laughing.
Of course.
That's why
And
we're laughing, yeah.
to me, fun is watching sensitive people get angry.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know what to tell you. If you're that sensitive, maybe you should put the phone down because things are going to upset you.
Yeah, it's
But,
the internet.
You know, I'm obviously not trying for shock value. I just post what's on my mind.
Yeah.
And it happens to be aggressive.
Yeah.
But today I posted, I attacked the leisure fishing community a little bit. I said, I can't imagine how anybody could go and do, like, go fishing and do just catch and release. Like, I'm just fishing for fun. Like, I'll go fishing for, like, food. Like, cool, we're going to eat this striped bass. Or,
Yeah.
like, but to just go cast a rod, catch your fish, take a picture and throw it back. What? That sounds miserable.
But what about when we do that at your Mars house?
Because there's nothing else to do. Absolutely nothing else to do. That's the only, like, if I'm on vacation and I'm so bored that I get a fishing rod, like,
To catch and release.
to catch and release, just drown me. If you see me on the dock, like, I remember when I was, like, 14 years old, we did this, and we spent, like, 4 days. Like, we were on this, like, wedding my parents were at, and, like, there was just a dock, and me and my cousins just 4 days just fishing. There was nothing else to do. Just fishing. And that's how I always think about it. Like, the last thing, like, you couldn't drink, you couldn't hang out with the adults. The bottom minimum, like, thing that we could do was just sit there and fish and catch and release. And, like, people just do this for fun.
Your brother.
No, he fishes for sport. Like, he'll eat everything that he catches.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Or if someone's paying you, like if you're doing like a charter where you're like, hey guys, we're catching fluke today and I'm going to, slice it up. Watch me eat the eyeballs because you'll give me a better tip. That's, if you're a charter boat guy, you understand how that is. They do anything for a tip. They'll freaking juggle.
But that's fine in your book.
Well, yeah, you're making money.
Well, yeah, but
I wouldn't be the guy that pays to charter a boat to go fishing. I get, like, my brother, like, runs the charter boat.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wouldn't be like one of these guys that's like
Going on the
it was only $800 for an hour and my kids got to catch 2 fish.
My dad one time in Montauk when we were younger, he booked us on like a boat to go out and go fishing when me and my sister were younger, and like it was like $1,000 or something for like 2 hours, and me and my sister both got seasick and we were like, we want to go back. Only like 30 minutes in, my dad was pissed. He was like, I spent all this money and you girls didn't even do it.
And then where I'm from too, like people get, like you'll go charter fish and you get like a striped bass, maybe like a couple fluke, like good fish, like they're straight from the ocean, like they're really good cold saltwater fish, the best type. And then they'll take it, and the best place to go if you're on vacation and you're like in a hotel, what are you gonna do with this fish? Like, oh, I got this bag of fish. Your wife's like, you can't have this in the house. And I'm like, well, I'm in a hotel for 3 more days. So you can go to the Chinese food restaurant and they'll hook it, we cook it.
Yeah, that's great.
So you give them your striped bass, they cook it, they give you back shit fish. Because they just kept the striped bass and you don't know, you're an idiot. So they give you the
You think?
Of course, why wouldn't they?
No, come on.
How are you gonna know? They just put soy sauce and, whatever sauce on it.
That.
And then they're like, yeah, we're gonna eat the striped bass. This guy's getting the tilapia that came in frozen today. Like,
no way.
you think they're gonna know? And then they take it to all their friends and they're like, oh yeah, this was...
I caught this today.
Yeah, $800 to catch that fish.
This fish is $800.
And then it was another, $30 to have it cooked into this, orange chicken. And then I got orange chicken orange fish made out of it. It's insane that people do this. I'll never understand it.
Okay. That's the fishing rant.
And that's the only appropriate kind of fishing. Is when you actually eat something from it.
You get orange chicken.
Yeah. And then you get the cheapest meal possible.
Oh
Or you freeze it because you didn't know what to do with it in your hotel room.
That was funny, Coop.
My dad wasn't allowed to cook fish in the house, but because he had so many friends that ran these fishing boats, he used to, middle of winter, 7 degrees out, 20 mile an hour wind chill, whatever. He would have to go outside and fry it outside because my mom wouldn't let him cook it in the house. So he'd be out there freezing his ass off, hat, gloves, like everything, cooking this fish, and then he couldn't eat it inside either.
You have to cook and eat it outside.
In the winter. But yeah, so my brother does fishing. He dives, he does all that kind of cool fishing.
Cool stuff, yeah.
Not
leisure.
A minnow on a little hook. Something that you don't actually have to reel, you could just pull.
Yeah.
Like, if you go into a pond, you just pull the rod out. You don't reel it up. You don't have to do anything.
Oh my god. What if CJ wants to fish? Like, what if
I'm going to teach him how to fish.
Yeah, like.
But that's different. That's teaching your son to go fishing, not
but
as a grown man. To go sit on a little pond in a neighborhood.
Okay, but will you go to like the ponds in our neighborhoods and like take him fishing?
But that's because being with a child is, boring. So you're trying to figure out things that entertain yourself. And watching him hook his finger a little bit might be entertaining. I mean, I used to do that all the time. And my dad used to be like, yep.
Do you want to be a fisherman with your dad?
And my dad was a commercial fisherman growing up my whole life as a child. So like, I understand it was for money. It wasn't for leisure.
Yeah.
He hated leisure fishing.
I'll have to ask him about it.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's the bare minimum thing he can do, like if he's avoiding his in-laws, then he'll do it.
Oh my god!
Because if he's not sitting there with the rod in the water at his in-laws at my grandparents' house, they're gonna ask him to help do something.
So he can be like, "I'm busy."
He's just like, "Oh, I got one on."
Oh god!
That's his normal MO.
That's funny.
But aside from fishing, Sick Week is coming up this week.
Oh yes.
And I'll be out there for
what's your plan?
Couple days. I'll go hang out. I want to go harass Jim and Brett and some of my friends. I like to go stand over people that are working and critique them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a lot of that.
Your little tips and stuff.
Unsolicited, of course. Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to do a bunch of that. So that'll be fun. Maybe I'll film some of it. Maybe I'll film me harassing competitive teams.
Me trying to start beef between competitive teams.
That could be fun too, yeah. Like film something like that.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot of people down here, so
I was actually thinking, I was like, I'd love to go to the track on the day that they're in Bradenton, but I'm like, it's gonna be a zoo.
I don't think it'll be that bad. You were there last year, it wasn't as bad.
Was I there last year?
Remember, my car was having all kinds of issues, so Brad was helping me.
Oh, I don't remember.
It wasn't that bad because no trailers or anything really. So like,
yeah, like I was just wondering if there's going to be like traffic getting into the track.
No, like, it's probably fine.
Okay.
I would recommend everybody go check it out in Bradenton.
Yeah.
Best track in the country. But yeah, I don't think it'll be crazy.
Okay. So maybe we'll come by.
Well, I'll definitely go.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you and CJ want to come as well, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe he can parade around a little bit.
What day is it at Bradenton?
It's Tuesday, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because it starts in Orlando.
Yes. Starts at OSW, then it goes to Bradenton, then it goes somewhere north.
Okay.
Maybe South Georgia.
So I mean, that's probably better anyways. It's on a weekday that it won't be that packed.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be crazy. I mean, it's more of like a racer's race than it is like a big spectator deal.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll be a fun one. What were you going to bring up?
Well, we could still talk about Sick Week if there's anything else you want to talk about.
I have a bunch of people coming on before that will probably, those videos may even come out before this one.
Okay.
Just depending on how things line up, because there's like a list of like 25 people in my phone that are like, oh, I'll be there. And I'm like,
oh man.
I may just have a line of people.
I need a few more chairs in here.
Yeah. So we're going to do a pregame for that. And then U.S. Street Nationals is also this weekend at Bradenton. That's a really cool event. There's pro mods. There's radial tire cars. I'm pumped for that one. That'll be fun.
Cool.
So there's a lot of things going on. A lot of events happening in Bradenton this week.
Yeah, what's going on with your car, the Camaro, and any updates you want to share or anything?
Yes.
What are we trying to, what's the next event you're trying to get ready for?
February 25th is Streetcar Takeover Bradenton.
Bradenton,
Yeah,
cool.
so I'll go out for that. The motors at Fast Forward Racing getting finished up.
Nice.
The bottom end looked good. Cylinder head need a little TLC. I'll have a video on that, though. I don't want to tell people because
Okay.
you'll have to click the video. It's emotional.
Did you film it already?
No.
Oh.
No, I have to. I'll go up there and film it. I have a cylinder head now, so because I'm ruining the video.
Okay, well then don't.
But I might add it to the studio, whatever old parts that are coming off the car.
Oh, okay.
Somehow I'll figure that out.
Oh, okay, cool.
But that could be cool. So some 2J parts in here.
Yeah.
Some carnage. I was actually thinking like my buddy Mitchell films like he goes all around the country and films like these old NASCAR guys, and he'll like go into their garage and they have like multiple cars and they have like trophies and memorabilia and all this stuff, and he does tours and like motors, and all these old NASCAR guys have all this stuff, and I feel like old drag racers end up with like nothing. Like
I
at
feel
the end of
you
like
have
a
stuff.
yeah, but I'm not a retired drag racer. Like once
oh.
they retire, I feel like they end up like, yeah, I got a melted piston from my 20 years of drag racing experience.
I feel like you'll keep stuff like that. No?
Hopefully not. It's all garbage.
Oh.
But I feel like they have all this like cool stuff.
I mean, look at all of your little trinkets and stuff that you've already collected.
Those are all CJ's.
Oh, those are all yours.
I mean, that one
You
even
that?
says CB. It's close enough, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of his initials.
I mean, his name is Cooper Bogetti.
It's true. He really did steal that from me.
Cooper
Joke's on him.
Spaghetti.
I have all the social media handles.
Oh no.
He ain't getting any of them.
You're gonna have to be CJ Bogetti.
Yeah, he ain't getting any of these social media handles from me.
Or Cooper J.
Not
Bogetti.
even the Rumble one.
Oh my God, Rumble. What I was gonna say was that being kind of locked down at home a little bit with a newborn, there was one day that we watched a few movies, and they were literally all terrible. So I just want to put it out there to not watch these movies.
Shout them out. What were the terrible movies?
Saltburn,
Horrible.
which everyone was talking about.
Disgusting
it was
movie.
so weird. Yeah, it was.
The reviews that I've seen too piss me off because people are like, if you didn't like it, they're like, you just didn't get it. It's very high level. Like it's very like, you have to really understand
no, it's
it.
just creepy and
No,
like
it was
gross
stupid.
and
Yeah.
like it's I did not like it. The Transformer movie,
Horrible. Oh my gosh.
which like I had high expectations for because I like some of the Transformer movies.
I don't know if Michael Bay didn't direct that one or whoever directed it should never direct again.
We also
You shouldn't write a movie again or
think we-
cast one.
yeah, I think we watched all these movies in one day too. It was like,
Yeah.
and then what was the third one? I couldn't remember. Do you remember? Saltburn, Transformers.
Yeah, we watched
I don't know.
something else that was also miserable.
Yeah, we'll have to try it.
But I haven't come across a good movie in quite some time.
Yeah, there's like no good movies or shows out right now. I'm like, what the heck?
No, we just watch Kill Tony every Monday.
Yep.
Today is Monday.
But probably won't watch it because it's so late and we have a newborn.
9 o'clock.
That also has been so weird because he goes to bed at like 8:30 and we're like not tired, but I'm like, I should go to sleep to get extra sleep. So then it's either like get into bed when he goes to bed and go to bed at like 9 o'clock, or then we stay up until he's up for his first feeding of the night.
Yeah.
Which it depends. It could be in 2 hours or it could be in 4 hours. Like he's been sleeping like some 4-hour stretches, but mostly 2. So like it's just been tough. Like what do we do? But I've been starting to usually go to sleep at like 9, like put him down at 8:30, then get into bed and go to bed at 9:30. Otherwise I'm so tired the next day.
Yeah.
But Kill Tony is so late that
Yep.
we haven't been watching it Monday nights when it comes out. We watch it like the next day.
I was going to say there also hasn't been that much good YouTube that I've really enjoyed lately. I've been
Yeah.
looking for good YouTube, maybe people but YouTube's so niche that you kind of watch YouTube alone. You don't really watch YouTube like with a group of people because everybody has their own things that they
We
like.
watch like Mr. Beast videos together.
Yeah.
That's like really it.
I know, because I like watching those to see how he does things. It's very nice to like study and like he you know, they're only like 10 minutes, so it's nice to like.
I mean, his videos are very entertaining.
Yeah, and it's like, as a content creator, I like to see what top peak content creation is, because I'm like one step below that.
You're just right there, almost at my
I'm right on his
vote.
heels. Just as entertaining as quick moving action.
You hear that? Your dad's gonna be the next Mr. Beast.
No, I don't want to be the next Mr. Beast. He wants to be the next Bogetti Studios.
True. Facts.
Yeah. But I was going to say, we watched a little bit of Whistle and Diesel's video the other day, and him buying
Which
that bulldozer. Yeah, he was buying that big bulldozer,
Oh,
and you were like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I wanted to explain to you what the significance of that
It
bulldozer
was like the
is.
bulldozer was one of a kind. It was like really hard to get or something.
Yeah,
right?
you don't see them that much, but so there's this thing that happened in Colorado, and it was called Killdozer,
Okay.
and it's the story of a reasonable man that was pushed to his breaking point. It's a real story. This guy got a bulldozer like that,
Okay.
and he had like a welding shop where he made mufflers and stuff, and then the town did like all this crazy stuff. They like cut his water off because they were like, they kept screwing him over. Like the commissioners, they were like, oh, sorry, now you can't have an access road to your shop. And like, they kept doing more and more things to him. And everybody was like, oh, he's the nicest person in the world, nicest person in the world. And then one day he built this bulldozer that was bulletproof. And he drove through like 4 buildings in the town and leveled them with this bulldozer. And they were shooting at it. They were doing all this stuff.
Wait, did he like kill people?
His goal wasn't to kill anyone.
Okay.
I don't know if he ended up killing anyone, but his goal wasn't to. But he like leveled the commissioner's building, like the town hall, all this stuff.
Never heard this.
And then he took his own life in the end in the bulldozer. They couldn't get him out because like the way that it was like it was this big steel trap that was lowered on top of it with him in there.
Okay.
So they couldn't get him out. But it's the same bulldozer. So like the joke is like Whistle and Diesel's buying the same bulldozer that the guy did in the video. He's making a joke. He's like, yeah, it's like a little breezy in here. Like we might need like 4-inch steel plates on here to make it not as breezy.
It's the exact bulldozer?
Yes.
Wow.
And there's a movie on it. We should watch it because it's pretty interesting.
Maybe that'll be a good movie.
Yeah. Well, because it's like a true story of like a guy, like an honest, good person that just kept getting screwed over by his county and the government.
And he just
snapped.
lost it.
And he was like, honestly, screw it.
Wow.
Like, you guys ruined my business.
Yeah.
You guys ruined my life. I'm just going to level the commissioner's building.
And that's pretty extreme. And then to take your own life, like.
It's better than the guys that block a highway. At least he did something.
Pretty extreme. But speaking of also movies, and you were just saying this is a movie, comment down below if you have any good movie or TV recs for us, because we need some.
Yeah, that is true. We watched Reacher the other day. That's a good one. That's a good show.
Great TV show.
Yeah.
Yep.
He crushed it in that role.
Definitely recommend that.
Yeah, would watch. Also, I don't think we told everybody that I was on LinkedIn the other day and somebody reached out to me and they sent me a Bugatti scooter. The guys from Bugatti, scooter, this Middle Eastern man reached out to me and he sent me their new 10.0. It has built-in suspension. I got it in bright yellow.
Yeah, the flashiest color. Well, he was like, I got the gold one, is what you said at first. Then it comes in, it's literally like
Rubber duck yellow.
this rubber duck neon yellow. Like,
And it's legit. It rips.
yeah.
So,
Oh my God, I haven't been able to try it yet because you got it when I was pregnant.
yep.
I wasn't riding scooters. I want to take it for a rip.
Yeah. I mean, you should. It cruises.
Yeah, I
It's
wanna try
definitely
it.
the best scooter we have is the Bugatti 10.0.
Yeah.
They have it in black, blue, or bright yellow. And what was I going to not get it in? Everything I do,
I
I'm
said
so
you should've
low
got the
key.
blue.
I'm so low key about everything I do. I'm not
Yeah,
very loud and in the open.
right,
I kind of hide a little bit.
Yep.
So I wanted to be a little flashy.
Yeah.
I wanted to flex on some people. A lot of people have a black scooter or like a gray one.
I mean, it's definitely a flex. A bright yellow Bugatti scooter.
Yeah. So when people see me pull up at the track with my shitbox Camaro that the paint's chipping everywhere on, just know I have a Bugatti at home. Yeah.
And it's so funny because how did that come about? Like, did he see the TikToks
He didn't say.
we made? Or, like, I think we posted a YouTube video. I don't know. Like,
the extent of our conversation was this random person messaged me on LinkedIn and he said, hey, we have our new Bugatti 10.0 scooter coming out. Would you like to try one? I said yes and sent my address. No more communication. He could have came to the house and molested me.
Oh my
That could have been all that happened.
And and the scooter showed up.
And the scooter showed up. Haven't heard from him.
He definitely probably saw. It was probably from TikTok.
Yeah, he probably knows.
But it's funny because those videos are so old too. But they went like very viral. So I'm like, that's crazy that it kind of came around like that. Probably a year later.
Yeah, all that money I spent on that Bugatti finally paid off. I got a fresh one.
Got a second one now.
Yeah. Now I'm 2 Bugatti scooters deep. Also, I do still plan and hope to make it to TX2K in March. We didn't really talk about that much.
Yeah.
He'll be, 3 months old by then? Full-grown adult.
What is he now? Yeah, he'll be 3 months old.
Yeah, so I'm just going to leave my wife and child on her birthday.
Yep.
Go race.
I'd love to come, but I just don't think I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, I feel a little bad there because I kind of just unincluded you, even though we didn't talk about it.
I know you didn't even ask me if I wanted to come.
I just naturally unincluded you.
Yeah, you just said I'm leaving you guys.
Yeah. Well, I have to go. I was going to say defend my title, but I don't have a title to defend. I've been runner-up once, caught on fire once, lost in the 3rd round.
Wait, you got one of the trophies from being runner-up?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a big trophy. I scribbled out runner-up, but just as TX2K.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Well, it rusted a little bit, I'll be honest. So you can't see where it says runner-up.
I mean, I would love to go. I just feel like it's too tough. Like maybe if we had an RV, or...
And it's in Dallas.
Yeah, which is a far drive.
Enos, it's farther than Houston, Baytown, but it's not as... I don't know. You guys that are in the area, what's a more dangerous, shitty city? Because Houston, Baytown is horrendous. And anywhere around there. And Dallas, Fort Worth, everybody always says is horrible. I haven't been there in like 5 years.
Like I've heard good things about like Dallas and the Fort Worth area, and that it's really like there's some nice like cool areas like that. Because whenever we've gone to TX2K, it's always been on my birthday, so we've like gone into Houston and like tried to find things to do on my birthday. Like I feel like that'd be cool to do that in Dallas, but I don't know if we're gonna make it. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be tough. Maybe we can get you guys flown out there. I don't know. That would be tough too. Fly out by yourself.
With a 3-month-old.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm
ready. Maybe you could fly out with someone,
I don't think I'm ready to bring them on a plane.
I mean, it's unlikely that Garrett and Maddie will be there.
Yeah, no, they're not.
I was going to say maybe you fly out with them in some fashion, you and Maddie, but that's unlikely.
Yeah.
She'll be 40 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's not happening.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Jim and Shale would fly out. Shale, you can fly out.
Yeah, but then
there,
at the track, like...
You would sit in the truck and kill the battery again like you did in
like what are we gonna do with like him napping and feedings? Like I feel like we would need an RV.
My parents will probably be like, "You guys go, please."
I know.
My parents, if they come anywhere near him, he's gone. I don't
Same with my mom.
Yeah.
She texts me. She's like, "I'm coming over to cuddle him." My mom texts me every morning. Good morning, CJ. It's not even good morning, Bronte. It's good morning, CJ. But yeah. Also, if you go, we're gonna have to figure out some help for me because
mental or physical?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, maybe one of my sisters. I have multiple siblings that could possibly stay here. Bunch of aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say what will happen with that. A lot of people were speculating that I am retiring and hanging up my racing shoes.
Yeah, actually, I do want to talk about how when you posted your plan for sick week, how nice people were in saying, like, that it's so understandable for you, like, not doing it this year because he's going to be 6 weeks old when sick week is. And, like, to just take in this time with us and be with family, and like sick week's gonna happen again next year. Like you'll go and do it next year. You've done it for the past 3 years, right? Or
2. This
2
is their
years.
third year doing it.
The past 2 years, like, it's okay to miss out, like, on one time of doing it. And I just really appreciated all the people, like, supporting you in that. And that meant a lot to me. I already told you this,
Yeah.
but, like, that you're sticking back to be with us
I think
right
most
now.
people understand. Obviously, you know, it'd be fun to go do it, but like, and I probably could, but doing it with like a clear conscience and not thinking about you guys the whole time would be tough.
Yeah.
To just be like, oh, whatever, see ya.
Yeah, because you get it, like, how hard it is and how much, like, I mean, we're a team right now and doing this, like, it's a lot with a newborn. So,
Yep, us against him.
yeah, like, I wouldn't want to leave you alone with him for a few days, you know, like a few nights.
Even
like,
a few hours.
Yeah.
You were away from him for 1 hour the other day.
And I started crying.
You were crying when you saw him. He slept the
know,
whole
I was
time. He
like-
didn't even know what was going on. You came back and he was like, "What's going on, Mom?"
I was like, I miss him so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was nice to hear from all the people, like, supporting you in that. And it's true, like, you'll do it next year. He's gonna be 1 next year by
He will
the
be
time.
pretty much exactly 1.
Yeah, so, like, it'll be way easier and more fun. And
Yeah, he'll get to do it with me. I'll put the car seat in the passenger. He'll be just as helpful as Sketchy. At least for, like, directing me with directions.
Oh my god.
He'll be just as helpful.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Dad.
Jared, if you're listening.
We help Dad with directions.
'Cause- For context, last year we got in the road and Jared looks down at the map, like the directions, and he starts to like try to read something off, and he's like, "Oh man, I didn't bring my glasses." His reading glasses. And,
We couldn't read directions.
and like we're
And
following.
don't they give it to you on paper, right?
Yeah, well, it's on paper and it's just like written. Like it's like take a left in 500 feet. And we're following this group of cars. And he keeps trying to convince me that I took the wrong turn. And I'm like, I'm following 20 sick weekers. I'm not just going to turn. Seems-
When you can't read.
It's like, don't you think it's more likely they know where they're going? That was fun, though. That was a good time.
No, funny.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do it with his car next time so I can just watch.
There you go. You could be passenger.
Yeah, I finally put my feet up and actually relax.
Yeah.
But and on the flip side of that too is Chip needed a bunch of work
Yeah.
before it went, and I have not had the maybe I've had the time, but I have not had the energy to work on that car.
Yeah.
It's been
Well, there's a lot. Like, I feel like you're more focused on the Camaro right now and getting that.
yeah. I mean, nobody
Good.
really cares about Chip or the 240 or
Well, people like Chip.
yeah, some people do. I don't know. Do people like Chip? It's a cool car to me. It's probably the most impressive car I own. None of the other ones have done sick week and finished number 100 out of 100. That's a
What a title.
That's a pretty big title. I was number 100 fastest car out of 100 cars that they had on the list.
So you were last.
I just squeaked in there. No, because somebody was 101 and didn't make the list. Screw that guy. There was like 300 cars and they only sampled the top 100.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was pretty pumped about that. I
Yeah.
posted about it quite a few times.
You're very proud of yourself for that one.
I talk
That
about
was
it
your dad's biggest accomplishment.
of 2023.
Not you.
No. He was only 7 pounds. How could he be the biggest accomplishment?
True.
Is this big? He was the size of a $20 Chipotle burrito. Like one where you
Yeah.
like ask them for double everything.
Like 3 tortillas, double it
yes.
up.
My roommates used to do this. They'd be like, "This is a life hack." I'm like, to not be able to like do anything for the rest of the day.
Eat so much.
It's like this is a 3,000 calorie life hack. Like you're not an
One
elite
meal for the day.
like you're not an elite athlete. You don't need 3,000
need
calories. You sometimes go to the gym. All right.
Anything else? I'm good.
I'm tapped out, guys. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
Fisherman, go screw yourself. You laser fisherman.
Oh my God.
John Vargas.
Yeah, you might as well just call him out.
Well, I realized, all this time when he asked me, like, hey, come fishing with me, I realized my dislike for it now. I just can't sit there and fish.
All right.
I
mean, you also are the type of person that needs to be doing more than just, like, standing there fishing all day, Like...
Yeah, plus, I'm not going to sit there and talk to somebody for 2 hours and not monetize it.
True.
What do they think I am?
Yeah.
An idiot?
All right.
But that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. CJ, thanks for doing such a great job. Bronte, thanks for doing such a great job at CJ's mom.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Good. Give you the title, #1 CJ's mom.
I love that new title.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you.
Such a big compliment. I have it written here. Compliments.
And you're doing a great job. Are you serious? Let me see. No, you don't.
That's #1.
Okay, backstory. The last podcast we did, I said something nice to Cooper when we were podcasting. I don't remember what I said, and then he said nothing nice back to me.
Double backstory.
It was our first podcast that we did with him, and once the cameras turned off, I was a little bit upset. So that's why he said compliments.
Double backstory. I don't take compliments well, or advice or opinions of other people. I don't take compliments well from people, and I don't get them very much. But I don't receive them very well, so I get kind of like in my shell, and I don't give compliments very well either.
But I also feel like
that's a bad excuse.
You have a negative like thing about compliments, and it's not even like I want a compliment. It's because my love language is words of affirmation. It's like I consider it more affirmations, not that you're giving me a compliment saying that I'm #1 mom. Like, you're giving me an affirmation that shows that, like, you love me and you're proud of me and, like, this. It's not like, oh, yeah, I'm the #1 mom. Like, he complimented me. That's not what I think of it like.
Put it in your Instagram bio.
I think you...
Put it on a mug. #1 mom.
I think you have a weird, like, connotation with the idea of, like, compliments.
I definitely blame my dad for that. 100%.
Well, okay, that was a little...
He gave whatever was the reverse of a compliment to me and my brother all the time.
He what? Reverse?
Whatever was the opposite of a compliment, me and my brother got all the time from him. Mostly my brother. He kind of deserved it. All right, we'll end it off there.
Okay.
Bronte, love you. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.